From the beginning of life on Earth, plants have existed as silent, patient architects of our world. They breathe for us, feed us, shelter us, and yet they ask for nothing more than sunlight, soil, and water. But there is an extraordinary story hidden within every leaf, every stem, every root you see. It is the story of how plants drink, a process so quiet and delicate that it happens beneath our feet and behind the surface, unseen by the human eye, but essential to every living creature on Earth. Imagine walking through a forest after rain. The soil is soft, cool, and full of life. Under the ground lies a vast network of roots, tiny threads reaching in every direction, searching for water. These roots are far more intelligent and sensitive than they appear. They can sense moisture, navigate around obstacles, and even communicate with other plants through chemical signals. When water enters the soil, it carries nutrients dissolved in it. Minerals like nitrogen, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These nutrients are too large to travel on their own, but water becomes the perfect vehicle. And so begins the plant's journey of drinking. At the tip of each root are microscopic hairs, thin as silk and invisible to the naked eye. These root hairs act like tiny straws. Through a process called osmosis, water moves from the damp soil into the plant's root cells. Water naturally flows from where there is more of it, the soil, to where there is less, inside the root. The plant doesn't need pumps or muscles. Nature moves the water for it. Once inside, the water travels deeper into the root, passing from cell to cell. But reaching the root is only the first step. The real challenge is how the water climbs, sometimes over 30 meters, to reach the top leaves of tall trees. This is where nature reveals one of its most elegant systems: capillary action and transpiration pull. Inside every plant stem are tiny tubes called xylem. They're so narrow that water molecules cling to their walls like tiny magnets. Water also sticks to other water molecules, forming a continuous chain. When sunlight hits the leaves, it gently evaporates tiny amounts of water from their surface, a process known as transpiration. As each molecule evaporates, it pulls the entire chain of water upward from the roots, like drawing water up through a straw. The hotter the day, the stronger this pull becomes. This rising water carries minerals with it, feeding every cell in the plant. It reaches the leaves, where it mixes with sunlight and carbon dioxide to create sugar, the plant's food, a miracle we call photosynthesis. The plant uses the sugar to grow, heal, and build new leaves, flowers, and fruits. The water that does not get used evaporates into the air, cooling the plant like sweat cools human skin.
Mangrove roots.
We often think of plants as simple, unmoving life forms, but inside every one of them is a system more advanced than human engineering, a system that recycles water, cleans the air, and produces energy using nothing but sunlight. Some plants have even adapted to harsh environments. In deserts, roots can stretch meters deep to reach hidden underground water. In rainforests, roots cling to trees to catch water from the air. Water lilies drink through stems submerged underwater, while mangrove trees filter salt water to survive in oceans. Even the smallest blade of grass carries this ancient technology. Every time you see a plant, you are looking at a living water pump, silent, efficient, and powered entirely by nature. Without this remarkable process, Earth's ecosystems would collapse. No crops, no forests, no fruit, no oxygen. Plants are the foundation of life. So the next time you water a plant, remember, you're not just giving it a drink. You're feeding a masterpiece of natural engineering, a system perfected over millions of years, simple enough to function without effort, yet complex enough to sustain every creature on Earth. The story of how plants drink is not just about biology. It is the story of life's persistence, of clever design shaped by evolution, and of the quiet miracles happening in every root, stem, and leaf around us. When you look at a tree, remember that beneath your feet, an invisible world is at work, drinking, absorbing, transporting, growing, all in perfect harmony. Nature doesn't need machines or motors, it needs balance, patience, and time. And in that silent exchange between water and plant, our world continues to thrive.